Hey guys, Victoria here and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm just going to be talking about some of the habits that you want to take up on for this new school year to make sure that you ace all those exams and you get the grades that you want, whether it's for school exams or for SPM. And these are the little habits, these are the little things which will determine your success literally. So it is important. So sit back and enjoy the video. The first habit that you want to have is to always stay on top of things. And what do I mean by that? Let me break it down for you. This just means completing your homework the same day that they have been given to you, and it sounds very easy, but I think that we tend to procrastinate on homework sometimes because we still have to revise on our own, and then there's homework that we need to complete. But it's important to always stay on top of things. Do the homework the same day that you have been assigned them so that they do not build up into a mountain, and when you want to go through that, it'll just be like a huge headache for you, and there are so many things to cross off, so many things to get done. But if you just take things one at a time, you can avoid those stress. And this applies to studying as well. For each and every subject that you are taking, you have a lot of topics to cover, and they are being taught to you daily by your teachers, and it is important that you stay on top of that, meaning once that topic is taught to you, you have to go through it by yourself within that week or within 2 weeks. Don't let it all pile up, and it is unwise to think that you can just let all those topics pile up and then within 2 weeks from the exam you can finish studying everything that you've learned within the last 3 months. That is just not possible, and it is important to do a little bit of work every day so that it does not add up, and so that it does not stress you out. So let's say you're taught physics chapter 1 in school today, then after school you can just spend a little bit of time going through what you have been taught and just making sure that you understand every single detail that is being taught to you. And maybe you can't memorize everything, and that's okay. You just have to make sure that you understand, and then when it's nearing the exam, you can go through everything again and just review it. So staying on top of all these things is so important to avoid stress and to avoid cramming, because I believe that cramming does not get you a good grade. So in order to do well, you need to be consistent with your work and just to stay on top of things. The second habit that you want to take up is to always stay organized. And this is true both for your schoolwork and also for your workspace. So I'm sure that all of you have a study area that you always study in. And it is important to always keep that area organized, to have the things that you want there, and to make sure that it's all arranged neatly in such a way that you won't be put off to study whenever you look at it. Like if you have a messy table, then you just won't feel like studying there. It's true for me. If I don't tidy up my table every single time after I use it, then the following day I just won't feel like studying there. So that is why I always like put everything away after I use it every single day. So always keep yourself organized. And when it comes to like loose papers that you get from school, keep all those organized in a giant file and label everything to make sure that you don't lose any of those papers, because you have to use that for revision. So definitely try to get up yourself a file and organize things day by day, because if you just like stack everything up, you will have to take a lot of time to organize it. But if you just make sure that you're organized every single day, then that time is not needed at all. And then the third habit that you have to take up is to pay full attention in class. And you have been hearing this for a lot of times now, I'm sure. And it is said to you so many times because it is important and because it's true. When you pay attention in class, you can actually save yourself so much time, and it can also minimize the amount of time that you spend studying outside of class. So if you're in class and you're paying attention, then you're already getting those information for the first time. So when you're at home, you simply need to go through that again. And when you understand a concept in class, it just saves you so much time. And the thing is, sometimes if you don't understand something in class, you might not be able to figure it out on your own, because things just make more sense if someone is teaching it to you. So do make sure that you're always present in that moment, and one of the ways to make sure that that happens is simply to take notes, to write down all the things that you think are important from the teacher. And if you don't know how to filter what is important and what is not important, then just write down everything. Train yourself to write faster. Use abbreviations. Use correct note taking methods to do it. That way you can make sure that you're not missing out on a single thing that the teacher is saying to you. And when something is being taught to you, make sure that you understand it. If you don't understand it, then ask questions. The subject of asking questions actually leads me to my fourth point, which is to clarify your doubts the same day that you have them, or at least the same week. The reason behind this is when something is being taught to us and we don't understand, we know exactly what we don't understand at that moment. So we know what questions we have at that moment only. And then if you don't clarify your doubts, if you let those questions just stack up, in the end you won't even know what you don't know, because you don't remember what you don't know at that particular moment. So at that time, if you have questions, then just clarify your doubts with whoever is appropriate. Or if you are in a situation where you can't ask anybody, let's say you're revising at home and you have a question, then write it down, keep it in your notebook so that you can ask it the next day. Like, you will think that you can remember that question, but you won't. So writing it down is the only way to make sure that you don't forget those questions that you have. So write them down and then get help the following day. Whatever you do, just make sure that you don't let those questions stack up over time, because a lot of things are actually interrelated. For example, for chemistry, you need to understand a certain concept in order to move on to the next topic. So if your core is not strong enough and if you have doubts from the beginning itself, then it is very difficult to catch up when it comes to the number of moles and the mass and the formula to calculate all that. Make sure that you do pay attention and understand all those, because it is always repeated in the back topics. So if you can't get a grasp of what is being taught in the front topics, then you have struggles. The fifth habit that you want to take up on for this new school year is just to limit the time spent on social media. And this is so important. You need to have enough self-control to not indulge in social media all day and just like waste your time away. And this is true not only for your studies. Definitely, if you take time off social media and spend time studying, then you get better grades, but also for your mental health as well, because social media is just bad for your mental health. Like, you'll just be looking at how other people are living their lives, and it's just bad. To some extent, it allows you to like see more of the world, but if you don't limit your use on social media, then it will just have bad impacts on your life. So, so my advice is simply to use social media sparingly and don't spend so much time on it. Try to cut down the time spent little by little, especially if it is affecting your sleeping schedule. If it makes you sleep late, then definitely try to cut off this addiction towards social media. It is unhealthy. You need 8 hours of sleep a day, and if social media is stopping you from getting that, then you have a problem. You need to fix it. So that's it. Those are the 5 habits that I want you to take up on for this new school year to make your life easier, to get the grades that you want in your school exams and in your SPM. And those may seem like simple things, because they are very simple, they are achievable. You just have to do it and make it a habit so that you don't have to force yourself to do it. And if you take up those habits, I can assure you that this school year will be so much less stressful than it could be, and you could stay on top of things and you can achieve the goals that you want. That's all for today's video, and I'll be posting new videos every weekend. Hopefully I can be consistent with that. And so if you want to keep watching more of my videos, make sure that you subscribe down below and ring the notification bell. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.